Prince Harry faces international veteran backlash over Invictus Games controversy. It was supposed to be a celebration of resilience, a tribute to wounded warriors who defied the odds. Instead, the Invictus Games 2025 is now at the center of a growing international firestorm, with military veterans from multiple countries calling for one thing: Prince Harry's removal. But how did it come to this? How did a man once celebrated for creating the Invictus Games become its most controversial figure? The answer, according to an increasingly vocal group of veterans, lies in betrayal, exploitation, and a loss of the values they once thought he stood for. Love keeping up with the British royal family? Hit subscribe and never miss a moment of royal news. From hero to outcast, the betrayal felt by veterans. Prince Harry's military past once gave him an unshakable bond with the armed forces. He was the royal who served on the front lines, the prince who truly understood the struggles of wounded warriors. But today, that bond is breaking, and breaking fast. What started as whispers of discontent has now grown into an all-out movement against him. Veterans across the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and the United States are now demanding that both Harry and Meghan Markle be removed from the upcoming Invictus Games in Vancouver. Because to them, the Sussexes have turned a sacred event for injured veterans into a personal branding spectacle. Critics argue that the couple has made the games more about themselves than the warriors they claim to honor. Instead of standing behind the veterans, they seem to stand in front of them, with cameras rolling, ensuring the spotlight shines on them first. And for many who once admired Harry, that's the ultimate betrayal. Organized protests, public outrage, and the push to oust Harry and Meghan. The frustration isn't just online, it has spilled into the streets. From London to Sydney, from New York to Vancouver, protests have erupted outside military institutions, veteran organizations, and government offices. In Canada, banners demanding "Keep Invictus About Veterans, Not Celebrities" have been waved in front of government buildings. In the UK, former service members stood outside the Ministry of Defence, calling for Harry to step away permanently. One veteran, a former British soldier who lost his leg in Afghanistan, summed up the anger in a viral interview. Harry created something beautiful, but now, he's letting it become a PR stunt for him and Meghan. We didn't fight for this. We fought for each other, not for the Sussexes' media empire. It's a sentiment echoed by many, and the pressure is only growing. The Meghan factor: why her presence sparks controversy. If the outrage against Harry is fierce, then the criticism against Meghan Markle is absolutely scorching. Veterans and critics argue that her increasing visibility at the Invictus Games is opportunistic, a carefully orchestrated attempt to make the event about herself rather than the veterans. And it's not just speculation. Reports have surfaced that her presence at the Games has overshadowed the athletes themselves, with media coverage fixating more on Meghan's fashion choices, interviews, and heartwarming moments rather than the incredible stories of the men and women competing. One furious former Marine put it bluntly: "I didn't lose my friends in combat just to watch Meghan Markle turn this into a Hollywood production." And the resentment isn't just theoretical, it's backed by cold, hard facts. Social media outrage has exploded, with hashtags like #BoycottSussexInvictus and #TakeBackInvictus trending globally. People are demanding action, and veteran organizations are listening. The money problem: allegations of commercializing the Invictus Games. But the most damning accusations yet? That Prince Harry and Meghan have attempted to monetize the Invictus Games for their own financial gain. According to leaked communications within veteran organizations, there is deep distrust over how the couple is handling their involvement in the Games. The biggest concern? That their production company, Archwell Productions, has sought to commercialize the event for media deals rather than preserve its original mission. This isn't just an issue of bad optics, it's a matter of principle. If the Invictus Games, created to honor and support injured veterans, becomes a tool for Netflix deals and brand promotion, what does that say about the future of the event? Critics argue that this sets a dangerous precedent, one where celebrity involvement outweighs the needs of the very people the Games were created for. And for many veterans, that's unacceptable. The international backlash and the push for removal. The movement to sever ties with Harry and Meghan isn't just coming from individuals, it's now being considered by major veteran organizations worldwide. Reports indicate that veteran groups from the UK, Canada, Australia, and the United States are in discussions to formally demand that Harry and Meghan be removed from the Invictus Games permanently. The reasoning? If Harry and Meghan continue to be involved, it could damage the credibility of the Games, alienating the very veterans it was meant to support. One veteran advocacy leader told reporters, "The Invictus Games should be about warriors, not celebrities looking for attention. If Harry and Meghan can't respect that, then they need to go." It's a damning verdict, and one that could change the future of the Games forever. Leaked messages reveal veteran distrust in Harry. Perhaps the most explosive revelation yet? Leaked internal messages from veteran groups show that many no longer trust Harry's intentions. These messages, reportedly circulating within private veteran communities, claim that Harry has used the Invictus Games as a shield against public criticism while pushing personal projects. In one particularly scathing message, a veteran leader allegedly wrote, "He hides behind Invictus whenever he needs good press. But this isn't about him. It's about us. And we won't let him use us anymore." If true, this suggests that the damage to Harry's reputation within the military community is irreparable. What happens next? The future of the Invictus Games is at stake. So, what comes next? Will Prince Harry and Meghan step down voluntarily from the 2025 Invictus Games to preserve its credibility? Or will they fight to stay involved, risking further backlash? Right now, it's unclear. But one thing is certain, this is no longer just an online debate. The protests, the veteran outrage, the demands for removal, they're real, they're growing, and they're not going away. And if Prince Harry and Meghan continue down this path, they may find themselves not just unwelcome at the Invictus Games, but permanently cut off from the very community Harry once called his own. The question is, will they listen before it's too late?